Hey guys, what's up? Shadowlands back with another commentary. Today I have another top 10 hostile life topic for you guys. I'm looking at the top 10 long-range assault rifles in combat arms. Now this is a very popular type of assault rifle because it usually requires a higher damage, low damage drop-off, and has a fairly fast fire rate that makes it also good at close-range combat. However, they really excel at long range in comparison to other assault rifles you may have to attach an iTech or an ACOG sight to. So a lot of these are going to have the high magnification scopes, but other ones simply perform well at long range given the, layout of their stats and the way they just perform. Really can't explain it any other way than that, but without any further ado, diving right in. Coming in number 10, we have the Spider and Scorpion XM8. This has a really good increase over the regular XM8, has the extra 5 shots per mag, better damage drop-off, slightly faster spread recovery, and all around is just a better weapon. I believe it also has higher portability, but don't quote me on that. Next up is the F2000. This is the better version of the F2000 Nemexis, but it has an extra entire magazine of ammo, which is nice. The damage drop-off is not quite as good, and the overall damage stat is not as high, but the really fast fire rate makes it also really good at close-range combat, making it one of the better long-range ARs because it's more versatile. Next up is the Rec 7 Rangers. Now this one I almost put higher on the list, but there are a couple of weapons that trump it, actually quite a few weapons that trump it, which is why it's lower on the list. Has a very good damage, extra 5 shots per mag is always really good, the burst mode is nice, however the recoil is a little too high for me to be able to put it that high on the list. While it's fine for tap firing, you cannot tap fire it at the fastest rate or it's going to go out of control, which can be a little bit hard to judge sometimes. Next up is the M14 Hunter. I put this below the M14 SE, which is coincidentally what's next. The Hunter has the higher magnification scope, but the damage drop-off is worse, and it does not have the damage rating, so you can't see like how far you're going, how far you can shoot, doesn't have the range meter on it, and it also does not have the silencer, which is a couple of reasons why long-range rifles are more important. The silencer really helps, and it also does reduce the recoil in theory. Next up is the L85A1 mod camo and the Zidans. They perform very similarly. The only real difference is that the Zidans has a slightly better portability rating and the damage drop-off is slightly better on the Zidans, but overall they perform very similarly, and they typically perform really well at long range and actually not quite as well at close range, but the tap firing on both of these weapons is fantastic. Next up is the AUG A1 Black. Now I love this weapon, I have a space for it in my heart. It is a really great weapon. The burst fire really makes it easy to spray at long range, and it also has a really nice out-of-the-way scope, very high magnification that makes tap firing and picking off heads really, really good at long range. Now the next one a lot of you guys are going to question me on, the SU-556 Mark II and AT-22. Now I don't rank both of these because they are really good at tap firing, which they actually are, but that's not the reason they're on the list. They're on the list because you can actually spray them very, very effectively at long range, even better than the M416 series. The recoil pattern and the very low recoil in general make these two weapons excellent even at maximum range where you can land most of your shots, and the recoil pattern of the SU-556 Mark II specifically makes it so it's very easy to land headshots at long range given the way that the recoil jumps up. Next is the Autumn G36E Valkyrie. Now a lot of people would argue that this should belong in the top spot, but I'm going to rebuke that in just a minute. While it does have the extra 5 shots, that's the reason it is above the rest of the Valkyrie series, and also the better portability. Otherwise, it's the G36, all of you know how this gun works. Finally is the one that most people have picked up over the past few months, the M417 SP. This gun has a slightly better damage drop-off than the Autumn G36E Valkyrie as of the last patch. It was unnerfed a little bit, which is kind of strange. It was given a slight buff, and also it has the burst fire that the AUG A1 Black and a few other weapons on the list have. Really nice. However, it can also be increased for rate of fire, which is the #1 reason it is high on the list. It beats out the Valkyrie and several other guns in that aspect, and is generally a very useful and versatile weapon. Pretty much the best weapon in the game in my opinion. For assault rifles, I wouldn't usually take another weapon over it. But thank you guys for watching this commentary. If you have your own ideas, or you think that something should have been rated differently, let me know in the comment section below. I want to hear your thoughts and your ideas. But thank you for responding and watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Shadowlands, out.